Yes, that's something we've seen in our surveys over the years. A lot of people around the world essentially saying that they don't think the U.S. takes into account their country's interests when it makes foreign policy decisions. We saw that a lot during the George W. Bush era. And we've actually continued to see it during the President Obama era, even though attitudes towards the U.S. have actually improved in many parts of the world since President Obama took office. Now, at the same time, we also see evidence that when the public sees the U.S. engage in their country, when the public sees the U.S. Helping their country out, this can often lead to an improvement in America's image. And you can think of some examples over the last few years in Indonesia, for example, following the tsunami there, following the earthquake in Pakistan a few years ago, following the tsunami in Japan a few years ago. In all those instances, the U.S. stepped in with humanitarian aid and really helped those countries. People in those countries told us that they knew the U.S. was engaging in these efforts to help their country, and it really helped America's image. So, those are some examples of where the U.S. clearly demonstrated its willingness to help a country out, serve its interests, and it had a real effect in terms of how the people in those countries saw the U.S. Well, we've seen a lot of interest from the State Department, from embassies and consulates around the world in our international survey research over the years. And, I think it's because they do find it helpful in their work. Our goal at the Pew Research Center isn't to promote one policy or another. It's to go out and collect data on what people around the world think about important issues facing the globe, facing their countries, issues they face in their own lives. So we want to collect that data, analyze it, and then disseminate it in a way that policymakers can use, academics and people in think tanks can use, the media can use, and average citizens can use. So, that's our goal, and those are our objectives. And what we found is that policymakers in the United States, people in the State Department in the United States, and in foreign ministries and governments in other countries too, regularly find our data, our research, our reports informative for their daily jobs. What do people think about the top issues facing the globe? What do they think about these policies that the U.S. is pursuing? What do they see as the top challenges for the future? All these things are important issues that policymakers face, and we think our data can help inform them as they make decisions about these issues.